Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dion. I call this the Crazy Troll Nation of YouTube. We're going to put on chapstick today, Sugar Cookie. I think I might go turn that light off over there. The one in the back. I will be right back. That's better. So, today is November 12th, y'all. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. So what I have on my face right now, the Fenty Brow Pencil, because we had not used it before, because I went through, what had I not used? Milk Hydro Grip Face Primer, Estee Lauder Stay in Place Double Wear, actually it's Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup. The shade I wear is 4 in 2. We are going to use the primer, oh my gosh, slow down girl. The concealer, Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Flawless Wear Concealer, and the shade is 4 in. And so I like how their concealers correspond with the foundation. What else did we do? That's all we did. No. I have on 3 eyeliners because these are the last 3 that we had not used. So I'm really using every friggin' thing that I brought with me. So we have NYX Retractable Eyeliner in brown, lower lash line. I meant to do just the outer half, but I forgot what I was doing and did the whole thing. And gold, NYX Retractable Eyeliner was going to go right here, so I layered this on top of the brown. On our inner rims, MAC Color Excess, and the shade name is Stage 5 Clinger. That's on our lower and upper waterlines. And so that's it for the eyeliners. And for the chapstick, I had to go back in and rotate again because we had used all 5 of them. The same with the blush that we're going to use later. I had to go back in and rotate them because and picked one at random because we had used them all. So we're reusing a blush. So I'm really excited. This was really an experience for me, making sure to use these things. And I am going to do a video to talk about what I learned through this process of systematically using makeup that I brought with me, even though it looked like a lot. I did a community post, and so if you saw that, you know, as of today, we will have used all of that I had brought with me, which is just like, girl, that was a lot of stuff. And so yeah, we'll talk about that later. So if you're new here, welcome. Excuse me, sometimes I hiccup, belch, gurgle on my videos, or, you know, and I don't mean to. So if you hear that, I do always say excuse me, but just know if you're new here, I am a disgusting troll. So I say that lovingly because I know I'm amazing. Fenty eyeshadow primer. I call this the Crazy Troll Nation. You've seen a bit of it already. Sometimes I'm just a little scattered. If you have been watching all of these videos while I'm here, and you know where I am because you see the background, I am just very sleep deprived. And so some of the videos, I'm just like, we're doing this look. But aside from being sleep deprived, sometimes there's other things that cause me to be a little off. But part of the Crazy Troll Nation is just owning it and not feeling like, okay, I'm sleepy. I'm not going to do a video. And I'm not saying intentionally do videos when you're sleepy. But even when I worked, you know, I would get up like 40 minutes earlier than usual than I needed to because I would do my makeup. And to know it's okay, like however you're feeling, whatever you're doing. If you want to come play your makeup and do a video, playing your makeup and do a video. Because that's just what we do here. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand or a certain tool or a certain technique. Use whatever you want to, however you want to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it. Here at the Crazy Troll Nation, we are about self-acceptance and self-love, embracing your natural features, enhancing them if you want to, when you want to, but never feeling like you have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even without face paint on. That is what the Crazy Troll Nation is. Just owning who you are, accepting who you are, and knowing that you're okay, and not feeling like you're less than, or you're not good enough, or being overly concerned with what other people may think about you. What you think about yourself is far more important. So just love yourself and accept yourself for who you are. And if something needs to change, just work on making that change for yourself, not because you think, you know, what will somebody else say. I woke up maybe 40 minutes ago, so my eyes are still doing their wake up teary time thing. And I am going to put my contacts in later. So we're going to get into this look. What we're using today, I have like 5 of these out because I know I'm going to keep dabbing my eyes. What we have out today, we're going to pair. These are the last 2 palettes to use. So we're pairing Pat McGrath Labs Celestial Nirvana eyeshadow palette Bronze Bliss, and that's what this looks like. And we're pairing it with Natasha Denona Bieber palette, and it is a neutral palette. So this is what this looks like. I'm excited for this. Like y'all see me, I just started smiling, right? These are what they look like together. So if you need neutrals, I do recommend Bieber. Natasha's website has an amazing Black Friday sale. Sometimes it comes out to 2 palettes for the price of 1. So if there's 2 you have your eye on, whether it's the middies or the larger size, that's when I would recommend getting them. I do have a link below. It's affiliated. No pressure, of course. But this is what we're pairing today. And it looks good, right? Right. I know. I hear you. I know. I'm so excited. And I feel like I'm being really goofy right now. And this is what under here. But we're definitely going to put, I don't know. I want to say we're definitely going to put concealer on. But if my eyes constantly tear like they did yesterday, we didn't put concealer on because the teariness removes makeup in this area right here. And if it tears upward, you know. But so I don't know. We'll see what we're looking like there. So we just primed the eyes, and so we're going to get into this look from Bronze Bliss. I'm trying to make sure I'm reading this right. We're going to use Bronze Mink and Bronze Illusion. So we're going to take Bronze Illusion on the first quarter of the lid and this on the second quarter of the lid. I think that's backwards because this one looks lighter, and so usually I put the lighter one on the inside. So we're going to take Bronze Illusion first half of the lid, and then Bronze Mink on the second half of the lid, and we're going to be using Esom V27 brushes. And so we're just going to do that. I love this formula. It is very creamy. I am tapping off. It is still some tapping off, and it is still dark down here as it's been. Did I say, oh, the first quarter of the lid? So let me just stop right here. So that's how we're doing. This is going to be a very, I think it's going to be ethereal until we get to the outer corner, but it is going to be a monochromatic look because all the shades we're using are tans. I was going to say brands. Browns and tans. And so that's all for that shade. So this is a look that I cannot mess up on unless my outer corner shade, I just go crazy some kind of way. And sometimes I'm not far from crazy. But then we're going to take the second one, this shade, and that's going to go on the second quarter of the lid. And so we're going to get darker as we go out. I am overlapping. And I'm going to go back with that first one because overlapping this shade on top of this one, this darker shade is showing up. And so I want to go back with the brush with the first shade. Yeah, this is darker than I thought. But then it's dark down here, so I don't even know if I'm seeing what you're seeing. And I didn't put my mirror down here on top of something, even though it's still going to be dark down here. But so yeah, we've been pushing through, not having adequate lighting, and I'm just hoping when, the videos air that they look decent. So we're going to, actually I'm gonna leave these brushes here. So we're going back to the brush with the first shade. Which one had the first shade? Was it this one? And actually we're going to flip it over to the side with no shadow, and we're going to pull that first shadow over. So you can see the gradient in the colors. And because they're creamy, it is just flowing. It is just blending. I'm not sure if I'm seeing the blend. Let me hold up this mirror and see if this will help. And actually there's a mirror in the palette. I'm so weird. Okay, this side is what I want. Is this the right brush, or is this a brush with the second shade? Is this like whole thing getting darker? You know, we're just going to take a clean brush and go into this corner shade. And we're going to, because I was feeling like it was looking like that second shade. So this is the first shade. This look is going to be a hot mess. Wasn't I just talking about how you can't mess up with this? Or it's a look that I can't mess up with, and I'm already messing up with it. I want to put both of those brushes down. And now we're going to, so that is it for that palette. So now we're going to go into Viva. And we're going to take Rustic, which is this shade right here. And that's going to go on the third quarter of the lid. I really like this palette. I don't use it often for no particular reason, but it is a solid palette because if these are your tones, your neutral tones, everything's in here. If you do the traditional, you know, transition shade, there's transition shades in here. And then if you do, you know, a crease shade, there's a crease shade in here. You want it on a corner, you know, this will deepen depending on your complexion. This will deepen. Definitely this one. This is a cream to powder. So you do have to pack it, then blend the edges, and then pack more where you want it if you want to. If you want inner corner highlights, you have this one. You have this one. Well, this I believe is a matte or a cream to powder. So for brow bone, I would say this or that because they're metallics. And if you just want, you know, not brow bone, inner tear duct area, this shade and that shade. And this one for brow bone if you want to put a matte up there, but you can do whatever you want to, put stuff wherever. But this is really, it's a solid palette, and for no particular reason I don't use it more for as much as I like it, but it is solid. And I think part of it is because I don't always pair palettes, but if I did, this would be one that would sit out for if I just need a neutral, or if I do want an upper transition shade, or if I just want to deepen a look, you know, use the black in here, which is called Spot. But this, and you saw how that just went on. Oh, I'm seeing how, look at this color. And well, when I turn the whole lid, that's pretty. That gradient is pretty. I love when shadows look like they're multichrome or dual chrome and they're not, and it's just the way they're blended together. I am going to do a blending video. It may or may not, you know, suit you depending on your eye shape. Because I have all the puffiness here, and I don't do the typical YouTubers where you transition, crease, outer corner, lid, you know. So it may fit, it may not, but I think it will be interesting nonetheless. Now we're going to take Rayon, which is this shade. This was Rustic. This was Rustic. Now we're taking Rayon, this shade up here, and that's going to go on the outer corner of the lid. And we're tapping off, well, the fourth quarter of the lid. So that's going to go right here. So this is our lid. This is it. And we're tapping up here because I see a gap, like right here. So we're just tapping. And so this eye is basically done, including our shape. And you saw how quick that was just patting this on. I believe this is a cream to powder. Because of how it looks in the pan and because of how it's picking up on the brush. And so I'm just tapping, and I realized I didn't even blend like in between because these two shades, like they just work. This palette just works. If you want a smaller neutral palette, well, I was going to say Martine Cosmetics Petite Citron, but that one has like an orange in there and it does have a black, but that's a pretty neutral palette too. Not pretty like beautiful, though it is. I meant like pretty neutral, meaning, you know, it is a neutral palette. So that would be a good one, and it's smaller. That one has 9 shades in it. But that's an easy one to just pick up if you just want, depending on your complexion, you know, transition or to deepen the outer corner, because that has a black in it as well. Actually, we did use that this week. Everything I've used already, I packed up as much as I could. And it's already in my vehicle because we're checking out today. So that is that. So now we're going to take, right, we have our lower lash line done. So we're going to take, these brushes were Hourglass number 3, but y'all probably know that you see me use them a lot. Isom V. Y'all, I have my metal palette here, and it's on the desk, and I have the TV on for just lighting, but it's not working because the background of the movie is like nighttime. And I saw like something moving down here, and it was the reflection of what's on the TV on my palette. So I was looking like, what is that? I'm tripping. And I'm like, oh, it's a reflection from the TV. Like nothing's moving down there. So, you know what, we're not done because we do have a shade to put up here as an afterthought. So we are going to come back to that. So we're going to take this brush and we're going to go into Freckle, which is somewhere in here. This is Freckle, this shade here, and that's going to go on the first half of the lower lash line. Hopefully these colors will stay. I'm going to do this side first because this side is wet already. Yeah, first half lower lash line. Let me use the mirror in the palette. Is that creating a shadow on my face? Yeah, and that's why sometimes I don't, or I'm apprehensive about using the mirror in the palette because I don't want to create, that puffed up into my eye, I don't want to create unnecessary shadows for you. That did just brush off. There's like a flake right here that's not brushing off. So we're going to take not a sponge tip, lipstick applicator and just flick that off, and it did just flick right off. So, all right, we want to do Freckle under the wet eye. We want to put that there. I will say this, Freckle did just take over. For this to be this shade over an eyeliner, I guess it's enhancing the shade, but because, damn it. Where that has spots in it, that's because the brush was wet. I don't wet my shadows, and now the shadow is wet because the brush is wet and I dipped it in there. So I'm gonna put that brush down. We're gonna just take this brush and I'm gonna just scrape over where it's wet because I don't want to leave that in there. So we just went back and forth with this brush to get that off of there. Now it's good as new. That one right there. And now we're going to take, I don't think they saw you. They just saw your hippie hips.
That's the best.
And now we're going to take Cocoa, this shade here, and that's going to go on the second half of the lower lash line. And this feels like it's trying to tear over here. So let's do this side first. Yes, I don't know if I want to. I do want to put concealer on under there, but if it's going to just if it's going to just be removed from the tears, it's like, why bother? Like, just let it be what it's going to be, you know what I mean? So I do want to do all the things. You know, and I'm going to use it because that'll be the one thing we didn't use if I don't. And I am glad and proud of myself for being intentional with my makeup. I don't know if this is sustainable long term, but definitely if I go away, I know if I intend to use something, to make it a point to use it and make it a point to get up earlier than I need to to do all the things. So we're going to take a brush that I did not have out because I didn't intend to do what we're about to do, and I can't even find the one I'm looking for. So I'm in my brush holder, and this is not what I was looking for, but we're going to take this brush and we're just going to do small circular motions at the top. We do have a shade to put on the brow bone, but I don't know if it would blend. And so that's why we're just doing this now, just in case it doesn't. I want it to look seamless. And I know sometimes my edges are harsh and sometimes it's intentional, most times it's not. And so we're trying to have it not this time. Okay, so I'm liking this. If you're enjoying this video, if you enjoyed, I don't want to say a series, but this me going away and using a whole bunch of crap, you know, go ahead and thumbs up. And I was going to say they'll be in a playlist, but they're not going to be in a playlist. They'll be in a playlist per shadow and also, per palette. Like Biba, Natasha done on the Biba palette. I'll add that to the playlist for this. And the Bronze Bliss. And what else? I did create a palette pairing playlist. And so that'll just be not only what we used this weekend, but also other palettes that we paired. Pat McGrath Pairings has his own playlist. And if I pair Natasha's palettes, which eventually I will, that'll be in a Natasha Parrot paletting playlist. So that way you can find what it is that you are looking for. I have in my notes to either take Tusk or to go back with Freckle for brow bone area. I'm gonna start with Tusk and see what that does, and see if it's not too light for my liking for this look. And so this is a Fenty 220 brush, and it's tapered and pointed, and so I can just get right up under the brow, even though I did come down too far, but I think it's looking okay. And so this is a good shadow for me for this, because it doesn't make me look dusty, I don't think. And then I'm looking at it like, I don't know, maybe a little dusty. So I was wondering if she had turned that light on, because that was her light that I turned off. That was on her side of the line, the one in the back. So that's okay. So we're going to go back with this brush, and we're just going to place and sweep, place and sweep. We're not doing windshield wiper. We're just placing and sweeping, but I'm not sure this is doing what I wanted to do. I'm not sure. We're going to take a smaller brush. I'm just using too many friggin' brushes. So I turned that light off over there, Rumi, because it was creating a bright spot when I was doing the video. Okay, this is what I wanted. And so we are going back and forth just a little bit right here, because this is a wider area. And then here we're just coming down just on the line of where they meet. I'm digging this, y'all. What are y'all digging it? Lots of information below. There's a lot of links. Some are affiliated, most are affiliated, some are not. And there are links to websites. Even in my Shop My Store, the first shelf is stores that you can shop in, and whatever deals the website is having, you will still get that deal even if you go through the website. I had in my notes to take Dip Down, which is a brown for upper lash line, but I realized I wanted to add some color, because this is just brown monochromatic. Well, I'd say look, it's really not. Well, whatever. But we're going to use the blue, because we're just going to be a little bit funky today. Funky in a good way. I don't know, these brushes are just, I love these brushes. What time is it? 6:35. So we're going to put this on our, oh shit, I can't see, upper lash line. Excuse me if you can't see me. I can't even see me. Did I put some on the brush? Let me go back in. Damn. So we're swirling the brush in here. Part of me is like, just edit this part out. Where are we for time? We're at 22 minutes. I'm gonna edit out putting on the rest of the eyeliner. We have our liner on, so we're gonna take the concealer. This eye was tearing horribly. You see there's no foundation even left under there. We're gonna take our lipstick applicator, and so this is not gonna stay. So part of me doesn't even wanna put this under here, because it's just gonna look not so good when the tears wipe it away. And so when I use this, I do usually still bring it down here, cover up my mustache. So we're gonna do that, throw that away. And now we're going to, the issue I realized I was having with the liner, and I was saying I couldn't see it like right here, it's because it was so wet in this area. So I did go back and reapply, and still there's like a bald patch right there because of the tearing upward. We're gonna take the brush we used for our foundation and primer, and we're gonna tap that. I was gonna say something probably somewhat inappropriate for it to be this early in the morning, but and you're like, what? It's 6 o'clock in the evening where I am when I'm watching your video. But anyway, this always looks stark to me when I first apply it. And looking at how the lower lash line colors look, I think I might go back with that brown on the outer edge is what I think I'm gonna do. So we're taking this and we're just tapping in the concealer. Ta-da! Excuse me, so rude. So we're gonna take the brown again. Look at this. This is almost empty. And look, you hear it clicking? Like this is really like almost done. Do I want to do a brown over here? Well, yeah, since we have brown under here in the first place. Shit. You know what I should do? I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna take a shadow from the palette. This was completely unexpected for me. We're going to take Seed. And we're going to take this stubby brush. This is a Makeup Forever number 210 brush. And so we're going to take this and we're going to tap into seed. And then we're going to tap off and we're just going to press that. Oh, that's nice. A nice double wing. I want to take a brush and buff under here, but because it's so wet, it's just like, is that going to make a difference? So I'm trying to bring it on an angle so this connects not only with the pointed eyeliner, but also to connect it with the shadow up top so it doesn't look like it's just hanging there. And so we're going to do the same thing on this side. And I think, I know, I just came down too far. So I do want to buff this out, but is it going to stay the way I want it to look? And the answer is no, because my eyes are so teary, especially this one on this side. So shadow is not going to want to stay right here because it gets wiped away in my tears. So that's it for that palette. We're going to take a clean blending brush, nothing on it. We're going to do this eye first because it's a dry eye and it's damp from the concealer, so this is not a good idea to do this right now. So maybe we'll come back and do this after we powder the face. This is so wet right here, and this is just moving the wetness. Now this brush is wet. You see how it removed the concealer, me doing that? Fuck. Okay. All right. Okay. Alrighty. We're going to take the Fashion Fair Set It Loose powder. So we're going to do the same things we've been doing. We're going to powder under here first. So maybe I'll come back and buff later if this eye stops tearing before this video is over. I like the Fashion Fair powder because it doesn't change the look of my concealer or foundation under my eye. And when I pat it out, and I like that you see where it is, but when I keep patting, it blends. But I still will go back and swirl, like, just because it's a habit to go back and swirl. But I like this powder. It is easy to use. It is my complexion. It doesn't claim to be translucent. The shadow name is Truly Tawny. So I guess I'm Truly Tawny, according to Fashion Fair. But I do really like this powder. It's lightweight. When I put too much, sometimes I do look a little powdery. So then I'll just spray the face. This area is just going to be bald. Like, you see this? It looks like it's cracked. And there's nothing I can do about it because this is making me think to, like, okay, just wear your glasses today. Because that'll help camouflage. So I'm trying to put powder there, and I'm going to take an eyeshadow brush. As if this is going to stay. We want to tap the Fashion Fair powder right here. Yeah. So you see where this is just wet and nothing is staying in there. And even intentionally placing powder there, it's like, no, we're not. And now look at this side. Like, this side is fine. But this, yeah, I think I'm going to wear my glasses today. And I don't think anybody really cares because everybody is just so exhausted. They'll just be like, oh, she didn't get enough sleep. They won't be like, oh, her concealer cracked under her eyes, which it didn't. It's just no concealer in that area. It just completely wiped away. So we're going to do the things we've been doing. I want to do the Esom thing. Feels like it's something in this eye. Fuck. Yeah, we're going to do the Esom thing really quick. So we're just going to go down the... It is something in this eye. I'm not going to wear my contacts today because there's too much going on with my eyes. Even though I do want to, because I prefer wearing my contacts when I'm driving because they help me see distance. And so do my glasses when I just wear my glasses, but I don't like sometimes, like when I'm, looking, I see the frame. And so that's why I prefer to wear my glasses when I'm driving. But I need to make a decision because after this video and I take the picture of all of this stuff is getting packed up. And so if I'm not going to wear my contacts, they'll get packed up. And so this is the Esom. So this was the top shade. This kind of underneath it. This more as a blush area. And this we use as a bronzer and contour. And hopefully that looks okay because it's dark, I can't see. But this right here, and it's still leaking. And when I pat it, it just pulls off whatever little bit is there. Like this is my bare skin under here. And it looks cracked because of the powders. And so now that there's nothing there, like there's no smoothness like you see over here. You see the line of where the concealer and the foundation was. And I could go back later and say, oh, I'll just put on more Haus Labs medium level 7 bronzer. I could go back after everything dries and put it on, but then it's not going to quite look right because everything else on my face is seamless, is on, is blended. And so to just pack something in that one area, it doesn't look good. And I know that for me because I tried it before. And it could have been just user error the way I was doing it. But for me, it's just like, you know, it is what it is at this point. The blush that we picked at random was Hibiscus Haze. And so we're going to put this on. This is horrible. That looks ugly. It looks like my skin is peeling. Like this angle right here, it looks like my skin is peeling right here. And close up, it's just like, ugh. And sometimes it be like that. And so I'm not going to wash my face off. So I do think I'm going to just wear my glasses today. Because that'll help camouflage. Excuse me. I've been getting compliments every day on my eyeshadow look. And particularly the eyeliner. Because I've been doing those wings that have been getting away from me. But I've been digging it though. So that teaches me just sometimes just let go and just do it. You know what I'm saying? Golden Pyrite. The only highlighter that we brought. But yeah, this has been and even my brows today got away with me, but I like it. They're thick. And this side, I think I put foundation or something over the tip of the brow because this tip looks lighter than over here. And I did try to get them to a point. It didn't work. I didn't try too hard. I'm just like, because sometimes it just is what it is. The brush that had the Fashion Fair powder on it. Just gonna do one of those. I am gonna take my Fenty brow pencil. Shit. And I'm gonna just do that. I don't even know if that made a difference. And you know what, I have a feeling like, part of me is like, when you edit this, Dion, this video is gonna be completely, like your makeup is gonna just look completely fucked up. That's kind of the feeling I have, which I don't think it will be, but part of me is just like, because like this right here, and part of me does want to go back and take more concealer. What am I looking for to do? Oh, the Hourglass. And shit. I'm going to take another small brush. I don't have a lot of brushes to wash. And we're going to, because this sometimes does help camouflage, but I don't think that's even going to work under here. And it's still wet. This brush is now wet. So that camouflaged a little bit, but then it does look like it's cracked. I'm turning the brush over because that side was wet. Radiant Light does add radiance, which sometimes does camouflage slightly, like some of my under eye discoloration. So that doesn't look as horrible. So this angle, and nobody is going to be this close to my face, trust me. But how you don't see where it looks like my skin is cracked or peeling, which was where the concealer had completely been washed away. So you see how it does look a little bit different. And even going like this, it doesn't look as bad as it does before. This eye feels like it's tearing upward. This is always something. This is too much Radiant Light on my face, because if I went outside on a sunny day with all of this unpacking on here, I would look like one of the Cullens. And I know that by accident, by just putting on Radiant Light, because indoors and for videos, because of the lighting, and you see this is washing away again. Like you see this tear coming down? Yeah. There's nothing we can do about it. So now we're just gonna go haphazard and put this all over. So because I don't see Radiant Light on my face. And it's a fluffy brush, so it's not concentrated like it is under here. I just kept, putting it all over because it's a nice powder, feels good. I went outside, it was a sunny day, and I caught a glimpse of myself in my rearview mirror, and I looked like a disco ball. I was like, holy shit. So I've learned, okay, don't put a lot because it may look good indoors, but outdoors, see, look at this now. It just completely took off the powder, which took off the concealer and everything all over again. Yes.
Do you want that up?
Is it even sunny outside?
I don't know.
I don't, you know what, honestly, I don't think it'll help because this is just a shady corner and because it's only this one light. But thank you. What else do we need to do, y'all? I don't even want to spray the face because I didn't leave out my mascara. Oh, here it is. Duh. Okay. Oh, no, no, no. You know what we want to use? We're going to use the Scandinavia makeup finishing spray because we have not used this yet. And the lip, I had this out for a lip. And I did go through and randomly pick because we used this already. But I think I'm just going to do just gloss again today, really basic. So we have used everything. We're going to do this. We're going to spray and then you see as you're running because it was here and now it's like over here. So spraying it is just going to lock that in. I haven't used this yet. Okay. And this is a setting spray. So this is going to lock in the crack in the crease that we see. We're going to take the Dior Show number 288 mascara, which is blue, but it shows up on me black, so I just use it as if it is a black mascara. I do want to do a dark lip, but the first thing that we do when we go downstairs is breakfast. And so then I'd have to touch up and blah, blah, blah. And so I think I'm gonna just do the gloss. And then drinking out of bottles and things like that. So we're already for time. This is the regular length of our videos, right? Right, I'm gonna pop up a picture of the finished look over here. The lips will look the same because the gloss is just a gloss, and I do just put it over a chapstick because it's not really much of a color. Do I need more mascara on this brush? I'm turning the brush. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I feel the mascara on it now. So that is going to be that. So the last thing is just the gloss. And so we've used everything. That's exciting to me. Actually, when I'm trying to think of what video to do to talk about this process, intentionally using things. Like my monthly roundup, or I don't know, but we're going to go. This is the finished look for today. You saw the struggles and the tearing, and now it's like way over here. What's the tip? It's way over here. And what are we gonna do? The brush with, I don't wanna, well, we're just pressing. Because I just don't like it when I can see the line, because it looks like my skin is flaking and it's not my skin, it's just no makeup there. So the difference between this side and this side, I'm wearing my glasses today because this, and even if I put on more concealer, it's still gonna wipe away. Yeah, so that is gonna be, oh goodness, I don't know what I just did. Probably poked myself down right with a brush. We're gonna go. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you joining me on this journey of intentionally using all that friggin' makeup that I bought. And we have used every single friggin' item that I brought with me. And that excites me because I'm like, I don't know. And so it was about intention, you know what I mean? And we did it. The looks were okay. This ain't okay, but it's okay because that's what it is. And, you know, let me know what you think about this look. Let me show you again. Oh, you know what? So I can do my little screenshot. I've been liking doing the screenshot within the video. Because then afterward, I just do my poses and then we're done. But, because sometimes I do, like, forget. So these are the two palettes that we used. Pat McGrath's Celestial Nirvana Bronze Bliss and Natasha Denona Biba palette. Hopefully that was okay. So let me know what you think. If you made it this far, thumbs up the video. If you made it this far and you've been here before and you keep coming back, go ahead and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Lots and lots and lots of information down below. There's thanks if you would like to do that. It's on the same line as, you know, thumbs up and share. You know, it's along that line. And if you're interested in joining the channel, there's a link to see what the perks are. And if it's worth it to you, I would love for you to become an official troll in the family. So thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. And as always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you. And then I'm seeing my stuff back here. Thank you. And you will see me soon.